Victoria, I think she's probably going to need this run again. It's more to her liking this distance, but I think she'll probably come up a little bit short again.
The stable companion, there was a lot to like about her run last time out. She finished off the race well.
Yeah, Mashish, if she doesn't have the second run after a layoff syndrome, she'll be a massive runner. She's going very well, pulled up great, so we expect a big run from her. But like I say, second run after a layoff. Yeah, purely on work, I'd probably go with Marimi Mullins. She's been a bit disappointing. We tried the blinkers, didn't really seem to work. We know she's a lot better than that form, a lot better. Shazza, she hasn't run for a little while. We've been battling to find the right races for her. It was a good win when she won at Arlington. She should run a better kind of race this time round.
Okay, then on to the sixth race, Crimson Fire and Karis Teeton aboard.
Crimson Fire is definitely one of our better runners on the day. I think she's going to suit the 2000. I think she's looking for it. She's always slow away, so I think this will suit her just fine. There's no rush to get her handy or placed. You can leave her alone. She'll be coming on well at the end. Vale, I thought she would have won a couple of races by now. She's been placed a few times. Her form's not bad, but yeah, I don't know. She's probably placed at the best. Fairy Lantern, her form's actually pretty good. If you go back in her form, that stood up pretty strong. And I mean, her win over Majestic Beauty, her form's very good. She ran a very good, I think she ran 4th or 5th in the Oaks Plate, and she'll be going for the Oaks. So that form's pretty good. I think the question hangs over him because he's been hitting the front a little bit too soon. Warren, by his own admission, hit the front too soon last time. He wasn't expecting him to accelerate like he did. He's hit the front, I think probably 450 out. And he stayed on, and I thought he won quite easily. Warren said he had a little bit in hand, although horses were gaining on him. I mean, this time round, he'll give him a bit more of a chance now he knows what he's got underneath him. Distance, not worried at all. He'll be thereabouts. He'll give them a run for the money. Yeah, I think you got it right there. He's very game. Honest horse. He doesn't take an awful lot of work. He's no trouble. He'll use his usual races. He races handy. Unfortunately, he finds himself in front. If he could get something to lead him and have something to chase down, he probably would have won a couple of races by now while he's been here. But he always finds himself in front, and he's the one getting run down. But he'll be there again.
She's as honest as they come, and she's a very, very big runner, very well.
And of course, you've had Maxime Guyon win on her. You're very happy with the riding arrangements over here?
Well, you know, we beat a top division field that day, and she's come out and she's won again. And definitely, yeah, Mozieni phoned me for the ride the first time. I fired him once because he didn't write the instructions on the same horse. Then he phoned me and he made amends. And definitely, he's back. He knows her. He'll know what to do with her, definitely. Andrew Forest Digger still may need the run after a year's rest. It's been a long time. Personally, I think the finish will be fought out between Jupiter Symphony and Iron Grey. I'm actually pretty bullish on those two.
Interestingly enough, Forest Digger is, if my memory serves me correctly, a half-brother to Burlane Forest. Is that correct?
That's right, yeah.
So the one's by Classic Flag and the other one's by Tamburlaine. Yeah.
Tamburlaine, yeah.
In your opinion, do you think that Burlane Forest will get 2,400 metres?
Definitely. To be honest with you, when the final fields came out for the Derby, I actually said to my dad, I was shocked. I think he's going to win it. I really think he will.
So the trophy stays in PE?
You asked me last week on air, and I said no, but when I looked at the final fields, yeah, I think they're going to win it. He'll take the cup, I definitely do.
Yeah, she's a very honest runner, Andrew, and she does her best work at the finish. Maybe the 1400 a bit short, but she'll definitely be running on at the end. We haven't put her over 1400 yet, but she, you know, Joburg's form, we go very much faster than Joburg does, and I think that maybe it'll give her a chance to settle and she won't be run off her feet at the end. And they're a great partnership, Wayne and Typhoon Tash. He moans about her at the track when she's naughty, but he still loves her, I'm sure. And I think she's probably our best runner on the day. Yeah, it seems wrong knowing her that you wouldn't expect her to be competitive at Arlington, but she does seem to enjoy it there. She's very well. It's her third run. She's also very, very well, and I think looking for that extra ground. He will enjoy it as long as it's not too deep and he has to work too hard to get out of it. He's a horse with a lot of problems. and he's not an easy horse to ride because things have to go exactly his way. And the only 1800 we've run him over was at Arlington, which really didn't suit him. So I'm expecting him to be competitive though.
So the Hollywood guys can get into Typhoon Tash.
Well, not too much, leave some for us.
Boogie was sure I've only had one run with her, Andrew. She shows a little bit in work. I ran her over a trip short of her best first run in Port Elizabeth, and she cast a shoe. She's not setting the track a lot, but her work's not bad. I would maybe include her in the back end of the quartets. Daring Duchess, I fancy a little bit more out of the two. I think you can draw a line through her last run. Unfortunately, her and Wayne didn't get on too well. You know, neither one's fault. But and I think the step up in triple suit her. She's been with me. We've had 3 runs with her. She's done quite well for us. She's quite a strong front runner, and we're trying over the 14. She has won a 14 in Cape Town, but I think she's in with a big chance. She's been with me a little while, just been battling to get her into races, and the first run for me over 2,000 meters, I would have liked to have had a prep run in a mile, but there's just her rating so low and just not enough races for these horses. And if she doesn't need the run too bad, I think she'll definitely be in the places. Obviously, a lot of respect for True Master, and also won't write off Joey. I think his strike rate over a mile and a half speaks for itself.
Yeah, cold
But
train,
yeah, but I wouldn't be surprised if the winner came from a local horse. If it's one of the local horses, Berlane Forest, he's done well. He beat us by half a length, just over half a length last time. We didn't have the run of the race. We had to go to the front. There was no pacemaker. Probably went a little bit slower than we would have liked. But hopefully there's a little bit of pace, and I think Skippy will give a good account of himself. He's really doing well.
Yeah, Andrew Tudor Star, she's a very nice little filly. I got her from the Snaiths quite a while ago. She won 2 very good gallant races for me in the space of 4 days. She won the Allo Handicap. She's come off a bit of a break, but her work is very, very good at home. I think it's a very open race. I think Poppins is the horse to beat, in my opinion, and also the horse of Yvette Bremner's Maxine. But we're coming into the race fighting, and I think she'll make a strong appeal of herself. He's on Mamselle de Berry today. It's only her second run for us. She didn't disgrace herself. She was just beaten over 5 lengths, and that came from a bad draw. Today she's got barrier 3, and yeah, I think she'll run into the places. Again, a very open race. In fact, it's a very competitive race, but if you have a look at Mamselle's earlier form, she actually rides the sting out of the ground. Her best 3 runs were actually in the yielding going. So I'm not too sure what the weather's doing, but maybe, you know, if it carries on raining, I think she could be in the firing line. Yes, Impressive Rocks, she's a very hard nut to crack, Andrew. She came from Mr. Ramsden. She's got all the ability in the world. She just doesn't bring her A game onto the race course. Her first run for me, she ran second. She was very disappointing last time out. I've changed work tactics with her, and I'm just hoping that she can revert to form and run to her true ability again on Sunday. Prince Parsival, yeah, he's an absolute soldier. Andrew, I do believe, and I say it to Mr. Brachman time and time again, I think he's getting better with age. He's not an easy horse to train. He's very finicky. He's finicky in the stable. He's got huge mood swings. He's going into the race on Sunday, I believe, the best that I've had him since I've been with Mr. and Mrs. Josta and Derek Brachman. He's got 1 horse to beat, and that's My Lord's Throat of Justin Snaith from Cape Town. He's got staunch form. His form is strong. But you know what? Narish knows his horse backwards, and I tell you what, we'll give them a run for their money.
Yes, Andrew, she's a nice, big, strong filly. She's been very, very unlucky in 2 of her 3 starts here, or 4 starts. I think she's a big runner on Sunday. The going's going to suit her. She's a nice, strong filly. She's got a good turn of foot, and I think Stewie will really get the best out of her. Celebration, as honest as the day is long, Andrew. You know, she's a 4-time winner. She's got a nice galloping weight of 55. She also comes from just off them, but she's very seldom misses a place. Magic Kingdom's a young filly. She's a 3-year-old. She's got loads and loads of ability, and you know, her last 2 starts she didn't run in the money, but wasn't beaten too far back, 2 starts back, and she, you know, if she puts her best foot forward, she's a super filly. She's a big filly, and she really got, she's got a bit of talent. She's just
Class.
Yeah, you just haven't been able to harness it. She hasn't produced what I thought, but I think she will come into her own still. Diamond Emblem would be my pick of the three. She's got a low weight, and she really finished strongly the day when she ran third, beaten 1.5 lengths. That was over 1800. We brought her back to a 1400 today, or on Sunday, because we just felt that 1800 was just a trifle too far for her. And if they go a good gallop, she'll come mowing them down. Mile High's a good, strong front runner, and she's a big, strapping filly. Glenn rode her last time. And, you know, if things go her way, then she normally runs a good race. She's a filly that likes to dictate the pace and the race from the get-go. Beth Page was a little bit disappointing last time, but I know she's a better filly than her form has suggested on her last run. The time before, she came from way off them to be beaten, 3/4 of a length. And then Sacred Call, well, she ran a great second over 2,400 metres 2 runs ago. We have put the blinkers on her on Sunday. Yeah, and I must admit, I don't think the trip would be a problem for either one of the two. Way ran a very good race last time in defeat, and he's a big, strapping horse, and I think, you know, he'll take whatever's thrown at him in his stride. Placido, his preps come on nicely. He had a nice break. We gave him a run. His first run back over a mile, finished 7 lengths off them. He then came out in the Derby Plate and finished 4th, 2 lengths, so he made some improvement. And, you know, he's definitely a horse that I think will stay, and he's looking very well. Both my horses, I'll be very pleased with them. I think their preparation's gone spot on, and hopefully we can bag the Derby this year. You know, I think maybe the race might still be a little bit too strong for him. I think he's still coming on the right way, but I think he'll run a good race. He ran a good race back after a long, lengthy layoff after his injury. And, you know, we were just happy that he pulled up sound, and likewise, hopefully come this weekend, he'll run a good race and just keep improving from there.
Yeah, Andrew, he's had his 2 starts. They were I thought great runs. First start he got badly balked on the rail, could go nowhere. Only beaten 6 lengths or so. I thought a good run. Needed it a little bit. Second start was at Arlington. I explained to the owners Arlington will never suit him. It takes forever to get going, and he got into the race very late and ran on well to only be beaten 2 point something lengths. And then of course the only concern about this race is the 1400 might be on a touch on the sharp side, but a horse that does his best work late and will definitely be in the shout. Her previous Durban form is not bad. She's finished within 2 or 3 lengths off them in her last couple of starts, which suggests that she's definitely got that come on look about her. Her first start for me was very, very good. She was way out of her ground. The pace was on. She also came into the race very late. I think it was 1800 meters. 2000 will be much better suited for her, and a filly or a mare with a lot of chance, I think.
Andrew, yes, I feel I haven't got to the bottom of this filly yet, and I feel she's only reaching her peak now. You know, she went from Durban to Cape Town, and she came in great condition from Uncle Den, and she's a big filly. She almost looks like a colt, she's so big. But, you know, I feel the 14 is her prime distance, that's her optimum. And Elder knows her well, and I think she's in a position where she'll run us a big race now.
Irish Maid?
Irish Maid, she's never without a chance. It just depends on the way the race is run. If the pace is very fast and she can be left alone, she comes with a late rattle. And, you know, she's run against probably some very decent fillies. She's nicely bred, the filly. She's a good doer. And I expect her in the back end of the quartets. Glenn's going to suit her down to the ground. You know, he's a patient rider. He'll come with a late challenge. Sandwork is exceptional, so she'll enjoy the deeper going. And I feel she's a runner. Stormont came from Joey. She won an exceptional race. He left here on that Friday. She won a good race. I don't know the strength of that field, if it was really that strong, but she won well. She's got the benefit of a decent draw. She's fitting well in herself. Same course and trip. Elder will ride a decent, confident and quite upper race, and she'll be knocking.
Tuscan Treasure in the first leg of the jackpot.
come back from a little bit of a holiday, her as well. She's impeccably bred. She's a very nice filly, but she's got a mindset where you've got to get around it. And if things go away, we're drawn a bit deep, so we're going to need luck in running. Definitely, and especially off the weight as well. She got 54.5, so Elder will have to miss breakfast. And yeah, she's done very well. She's peaked nicely, and her wins have been full of merit. Just got there last time out. 2000 is the ultimate. Just hope we don't have any more rain. It's going to make it a little tougher for her. But in the right type of race, I picked that race for her. I think she's a runner. Bella Roma's as honest as the day's long. Last run a little bit flat, but I think she's back to herself now, Andy. Discordia, same with her, also from Natal, and I think she's also just peaking now at the right time, Andy, and I think she's a competitor in this type of field. I picked the race off the rating. Ms. and Miss coming back from a break, she maybe needed the race. She had a lot of work, a lot of treadmill, so I've put in the work at home, but she might just be race short. Yeah, you've said it all. He's a hard-knocking type of guy. He takes his runs well, and he's always in with a chance. Last time out, unfortunately, Muzi dropped his stick when we were just getting down to battle, and he needs that encouragement in the last little bit. So yeah, he'll be knocking on the door as well, Andy.